Hey guys, what's going on today? Almost 4th of July, and what I'm doing, my family's all here from California, so I'm spending time with them, but the water pump went out in our truck, and we had to use another car to get home, and then go back and drop that car off, and then have the truck towed to the shop, and I'm at our other shop right now, doing the water pump, so I figured I'd take you guys along on a journey, if that's what you want to call it. So Chevy 6.0, I believe is what this is, and it's a 2500 HD Chevy truck. And I'll figure out the year and all that good stuff, and then I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna flip the camera around. So there it is there, 2008, 6.0 liter, 2500 HD. This is our shop truck, or personal truck, whatever you want to call it. Big 8-foot box, 4-door, big old monster. So we were pulling the trailer, getting ready to pull it out of there, to pull the trailer home from Grand Rapids, and the water pump just popped. It like blew. And I don't know if I can show you where it's leaking at, but typical Chevy water pumps, you know, down in here they started leaking. But this thing has 300,000 miles on it, so I mean, can't really complain if this is the first thing we've done to it, other than like, what else have we done with this thing? Other than tires, I think really that's about all we've done, you know, changing the oil and typical maintenance. But really that's about it. But you know how it is when you have a shop, your stuff always comes to the, you know, it gets done last. So what happens is your stuff breaks down, and then you have to fix it because you have to fix it, not because you want to do the maintenance. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling this stuff. I'm pulling the shroud off right now. I'll get that pulled out. I should have brought my tripod. I gotta go grab some tools at the other shop, so if I do that, I'll grab my tripod too. But this plastic piece here, and man, I can't believe all the plastic on these freaking trucks. It's nuts. The grills, I mean, even the bumpers, those are plastic. We broke one of these off hitting a deer. This side here broke off because it's plastic, but that's kind of a joke. But there's got to be 500 pounds in plastic on these trucks. I'm not going to get into another rant though. But anyways, I got the belt off, getting ready to pull the water pump and all that good stuff. I'm going to pull the shroud first, and as I do all that stuff, I'll try to film some more in a bit. All right, so I got this plastic shroud off of here. Sorry about the shadows. I got this big light on behind me so you guys can see. And I don't know if you can see down in there. See if I can get where you can see right here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna see it. Sorry about the crappy filming here. It's hard to get the camera down in there. Oh, there you go. See that water running down right there? Right at the end of my finger, right there. See it dripping off? That's coming right out of the water pump. I hope. Now there's a weep hole on the top of the water pump right there, and it's coming up over that, going down the back, and then dripping right out there, and it's just pouring out of the water pump. So the water pump, the seal obviously went out, and now I got to get my clutch fan tool. I'm gonna go grab that and take this nut off right here. Holy crap, I suck at filming, so sorry about that. I'm gonna pull the clutch fan off, and then after that, I'll go ahead and start taking the water pump off. And the first thing I'm gonna do is pull these hoses off, and I'm gonna get new hoses because every time I do a water pump, I change hoses too. But right here, on this guy, I don't know if you can see that, somebody put a clamp, but then they also put a, you know, another hose clamp next to it. Well, it's cutting into the hose, so that right there would have failed too. So I'm gonna fix that, put a new hose on, get rid of that stupid clamp, just use a regular hose clamp. And then a lot of the things too is I always see guys, it's kind of darker here. I always see guys taking this whole bracket off right here to get the water pump off. Well, you don't have to. On these Chevys, it's kind of nice. They made it where you can get those bolts right on the side of the water pump there, and then this side here, and you just pull the water pump straight out. So I'll pull the water pump, put the gaskets on it, put it right back in. It'll be nice, quick, fast, easy. So I get this thing apart, the water pump off, and go get the parts and whatever, and see what we can do. All right, well, I'm a numbnuts. I forgot to bring my tripod out here. So I made this for Chevy trucks for the clutch fan. I didn't put a year on there, but I put used with a 1 7/16 inch wrench for the Chevy truck water pumps. And apparently this one won't work with this one because there's a hole here, and then right over here there's another hole, but it's just too close together. So this this span here is too far apart, so it needs to be about right here. And then I had another one that I made for Chryslers, and that's for a Chrysler fan clutch, like on the Jeeps and stuff, minivans, whatever. And this one doesn't work either. So I took some thinking, and what I did is I took this wrench here, the bigger one, stuck it in there, and then you can see a crescent wrench on there, and it busted right loose, or it busted it right loose real quick with that wrench on there, so it wasn't real tight. So that worked out awesome. So I'll get this off and then start getting that water pump jerked off there. So you got to get one of these if you don't already have one for these clamps. A lot of people use like channel locks or whatever, pliers. But you can see right here, what it does is it just goes around that clamp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start squeezing this. And you can see it. See it moving? Super easy to use these clamps like that. And it's pretty easy to get them into some tight spaces too. So, you know, a lot of times you can't get channel locks in there. I know a lot of people have seen these, but a lot of people haven't. So I'm gonna get these hoses pulled off, and then this is that hose I was talking about that was all digging into there. You can see how it's digging right into the side of the hose right there. That would have wore out and popped and eventually just failed. So I don't know why somebody put 2 clamps on there. This one here is the stock clamp, and then this is the hose clamp that they put on there. And then I'm getting ready to pull the water pump off, and then I was looking at the, let's see, get some light down there. On the AC belt right there, you can see some small cracks. See that water leaking to the right? That's that water that's pouring out of the water pump right now. Coming out of the weep hole there. But anyways, I'll get this sucker pulled off eventually. Film some more. All right, so the next thing we need to do is on the side of the water pump, you have this hose here and this hose here, and those clamps got to come off. And then you'll have to pry these hoses off. They're usually stuck on there pretty good. And then we have this bolt, the bolt to the bottom here, and then right under here, you can see this bolt that I just slid out. There's one more right there. And then on the opposite side of the water pump, there's no light over there. There's 3 more bolts on that side though. Excuse me. So I'll go ahead and get those pulled off, and then when I get ready to pull the water pump off, I'll show you what's going on. So as simple as that. We have 6 bolts. These 6 bolts here, there's 3 on this side and 3 on the other side of the water pump over here. And as soon as you pull those, water pump's ready to come off. And I'll go ahead and get this pulled off, and I'll put it on the bench, and I'll show you where it's leaking. So you can see that the water pump's off now, and it was leaking right in this area, drizzling down here. And I'll show you what happens on these Chevy water pumps. You can see this one's been leaking for a while, right here. And then all this is fresh, and it comes from up here. And there's a seal in the front of this, and it just leaks down. So simple fix, change the gaskets, put the water pump back in, and less than an hour I'll have this thing back together. So gonna go pick up the parts and whatever. Might film putting it back together. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But these Chevy 6.0s are pretty simple to change the water pumps. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't bore you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave any comments down below and hit the bell. Thanks a lot.